Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for coming. Today what we're going to be talking about is Sypher PK's brand new video talking about next season and whether or not it will be Chapter 4. So what we're going to be doing in this video is I'm going to touch on what I think about Sypher PK's brand new video, and I'll give like my general thoughts on whether or not next season is going to be Chapter 4. And then afterwards, you're going to have to stay tuned for this part. Afterwards, we are going to talk about how we will know for sure whether or not next season will be Season 5 or Chapter 4 like I just said. Got the game plan. I'm going to try not to ramble on for too long here, so I'll sum up the video for you. What did Sypher talk about in his video? He titled the video, "Is Fortnite Chapter 4 Cancelled?" And he started talking about leading up to the end of the season, whether or not he was like being very vague when he was talking about the season. Instead of him talking a lot about Chapter 4, he was just talking about the things in the storyline building up to the live event, like things like Midas is coming back, and then we have also these leaks like the Asteria, the brand new map in the leaks. If you guys didn't know, there are leaks in the code right now that show, of course, that Epic Games is working on a brand new map, and this is what first started this. The whole Chapter 4 talk. Is next season going to be Chapter 4? Epic Games is working on a new map, and we've only had this twice, right? We've only had this twice. It's like, okay, we got a new map, that means a new season. People were talking about Creative 2.0, and this is something else that Sypher PK mentioned in his video. He was talking about like, okay, maybe this map could be for Creative 2.0. Then he started diving into more leaks, but the only problem with that is those leaks he was talking about is just stuff with the storyline and leading up to the live event. Like again, I think I just mentioned this already, but he was talking about Midas returning. He was talking about, he spent a lot of time talking about a skin that could possibly be the nothing. Then he started talking about the 0 point being everything, and the new skin being the nothing, the 0 point being everything, the black hole being the nothing. Something I've touched on way before, by the way. Go check out that video. It's absolutely fantastic. It is what is the nothing, or confirmed we now know what the nothing is. Something like that. It's a great video, by the way. I'm still like on team the nothing's a black hole, but that's besides the point again. So like I said, Sypher was just spending a lot of time talking about things that are leading up to the live event, stuff that's going on in the storyline. He got to the point where it's like, okay, next season could be Chapter 4 because Epic Games is obviously planning something huge. We haven't seen them focused on this much teasing and something in the storyline. This is a really good point, by the way. He was talking about the nothing and how Epic Games has been teasing it for seasons and seasons and seasons, all the way back in Chapter 1. And here's where it got a little bit interesting for me. So at the end of the video, he was so vague. He was so vague. He's like, it could be Chapter 4, maybe not. But that makes me think, because we've known Sypher PK has had insider information in the past, right? Does that mean he just can't say, okay, next season's going to be Chapter 4, you know? So maybe he was just trying to get around that, and that's where I was thinking. And the big things for me, and this is the second part of the video that I wanted to talk about. How do we know whether or not next season is going to be Chapter 4? I think there are two people we need to take a look at, because if you remember, back before Chapter 3, when the Chapter 2 Season 8, when everybody was talking about the next chapter coming early, and everyone was like, no way, oh my god, no, it needs to be 10 seasons, even though there's absolutely no rule about that, right? The same thing is happening right now. Everybody's like, oh my god, 1 year instead of 2, that's way too early. And then I'm over here saying like, there's no rule. We've only had a new chapter twice. Like, why are you saying like I think it'd be great if we had just a whole year for a chapter. There are no rules that apply. And now what are we talking about? Sypher PK is talking a lot about Chapter 4, and remember, the two big YouTubers that were talking about Chapter 3 and hyping it up very slowly, right? Like just very subtly. It was Sypher PK and Tabor Hill, and we got one of that half. So what I'm going to be paying attention to is watch Tabor Hill's channel. Keep the notifications on, because if Tabor Hill starts talking about Chapter 4 coming earlier as a video, something like, hey, Chapter 4 might be a little bit sooner than you think, or something really small like that, where he's just speculating. If I got those two starting to speculate on the brand new chapter, I'll be convinced it's a new season. It's a new chapter, excuse me. Those guys do have inside information. They've had it in the past, and the fact that Sypher PK made a video talking about Chapter 4 and he was being so vague about it and not giving an answer and just be like, oh, I don't know, it could be, you know, this could lead to something in Chapter 4, or this could suggest that Epic Games is working on Chapter 4, you know what I mean? He's being so vague about it, and that's why I'm leaning towards it being Chapter 4, and I understand the leaks we have right now. I understand Tom Henderson, there's a leaker saying it's Season 5. I'm not totally convinced it's Chapter 4. I'm just leaning that way. So like I said, guys, just watch those two channels. I think that is the biggest thing we need to pay attention to instead of Fortnite leaks, because we know that there's going to be a giant live event. We know that the season's going to end off with a bang. I know the storyline's hot right now, but that could really be for any season. We know Creative 2.0 is coming out. And by the way, something I touched on in another video, don't take Creative 2.0 as like fact that it's going to be a new chapter, because it's something big being added to the game. Because you remember Chapter 1 Season 7, when Creative first came out, that was monumental at the time for Fortnite, and it wasn't a brand new chapter. It was just a brand new season. They just brought something along with the new season, you know what I mean? It was just, everything worked fine. I'll get you guys out of here in just a second, but there's one more thing I do want to mention. With all the hype behind Chapter 4 right now, and especially someone like me who keeps talking about Chapter 4, it's like, hey, this could happen, it's exciting. It's very important that you keep your expectations not necessarily like super low, but like keep them just at a nice level, where if it's not Chapter 4 in Season 5, 5 comes out, do not be disappointed. Understand that no matter what, it could be Chapter 4, it could be Season 5. No matter what comes, if you're like me, just have my attitude towards it. Just look forward to whatever Epic Games gives us. It's just like the launch trailer, the storyline, the new mechanics. Just I'm going to be excited to just experience whatever Epic Games has in store for us, and that's why I enjoy the game so much more than so many people in the community, because my expectations are just like at a bar level. You know what I mean? It's just like, hey, I can't wait to see what Epic Games does for us. If it's Chapter 4, cool. If it's Season 5, cool. That's what you need to do. You can't. There's so many people in this community that just get so hyped for stuff like Chapter 4, for example, and I understand they keep watching videos like this where it's like they get a little bit excited, but you have to understand that this is all speculation. These are all theories. This is just stuff that we're talking about. You can't expect something that's not confirmed and then get disappointed and hate on Epic Games, because Epic Games could have the most greatest update in Season 5. You know what I mean? Just everything. The gameplay could be flowing so well. There could be so many great things that they're adding, and then because a lot of people were expecting Chapter 4 to come, they will be disappointed, and they'll be like, Epic Games, what the hell is this update? Where's the brand new map? You know what I mean? And they'll start hating on the games, and they're hating on the developers. And could you imagine being a developer for this community? Like, any gaming community, really, man. Like, there are so many game developers that I feel so bad for, but you get the point, guys. Just remember to keep your expectations low or at the bar level. You know what I mean? You can get excited, but at the same time, just take what I said into consideration. You know what I mean? Your life will be a lot happier in that sense. But guys, with that being said, remember what I said. Sypher PK, Tabor Hill, pay attention to them, and I want to know what you think down below. Do you think Chapter 4 is coming? What do you think? I'd love to hear about it down below. Give me your theories. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you are new here and you enjoy the content, please consider like button up the channel, time to subscribe if you're brand new. Check the description down below for links to all of my other channels, as well as like to Real Ember on Fiverr. Will take care of all of your YouTube thumbnail needs. Remember, guys, thumbnails are the most important part of video, so if you want to be a YouTuber, check out Real Ember. He did this thumbnail and you can do yours too. And lastly, if you'd like to use my supporter creator code in the item shop, it is code Clen, hashtag anime, hashtag epic partner. Thank you so much for watching again, everybody. I will see you in the next video. Take care.